I'm gonna mute everybody now, and we're gonna get started. So we're focusing again on this idea of opening up through the heart space, and in particular, opening up through the heart space in poses that aren't necessarily so-called heart openers. Because this concept of a long torso, side bodies long, expanding, is important in all our poses, not just in back bends. So let's take a comfortable seat. And then as you find that comfortable seat, root yourself. Find some good connection with your sitting bones and whatever you're sitting on. And as I've said many times, it does not have to be a cross-legged position. You could be sitting kneeling, you could be sitting with your feet out on the floor, but find what that is for you. And then very purposely from hip to armpit, grow longer, lift up taller. And then draw shoulders up and back, shoulder blades connect onto your back, let your eyes close, and take a couple deep breaths, starting to find that space of presence right here, right now. Full inhales and exhales in and out of your nose. As you take your next few breaths, utilize your breath to help you feel that space. Maybe notice a wave-like motion through your body as your breath moves. And connect palms together at heart center. And as you gently press your palms together, lift up even higher from hip to armpit, lengthening your sides, and exhale, bow toward your heart. Then softly opening your eyes, release your hands down and gently press. And as you press your hands into your legs, or maybe you take fingertips to the floor, use that press to help you lengthen even more. Lengthen your sides, lengthen your front and back. And again, shoulder blades are on your back. And now from this place, take your right ear over to your right shoulder. Re-engage your left shoulder blade onto your back. And then as you exhale, drop your chin down into your chest. Inhale, left ear to left shoulder. Move your right shoulder blade onto your back. Exhale, chin into your chest. And we're going to do 2 more on each side. So inhale, right ear to right shoulder, re-engage your shoulder blade. Exhale, chin down. Inhale, chin to left or ear to left shoulder. Move your shoulder blade onto your back on the right side. Exhale, chin down. And now with your own breath, come back to each side. And just remember that movement again of your shoulder blade onto your back helps to reset your shoulders here. Then inhale, come back up to center. And as you keep shoulder blades on your back, tuck your chin down toward your chest and then lift it up. You're going to find this mobility movement with your shoulder blades staying engaged. So as you move your chin up and down, notice the tendency for your shoulders to maybe want to shift, but you're going to keep them engaged and settled on your back. One more time here, lifting your chin, lowering your chin. Then back to center here and shake your head no. And again, as you move through your head, you're keeping shoulder blades engaged, allowing for that expansion across the collarbones. Then back into center and walk your fingertips forward. As you walk your fingertips forward, coming into this gentle version of a forward fold, you can always have something underneath your hands here instead of on the floor. So find what works the best for you. And then notice here how your front body tends to get shorter when you take a forward fold. So inhale and extend your ribs, your heart, your chest forward. And then exhale, fold maybe just a little bit deeper into this forward fold. And take a couple big breaths. Fill out the front and the back of your heart space. Then inhale, gently bring yourself back upright and switch the cross of your legs, coming to the less comfortable cross for yourself. And hands come to rest on your legs, press them down and lift up through your sides again, long through side bodies. Hip to armpit grows, and then draw shoulders up and back, shoulder blades engage. And now start to take a gentle twist over to the left side. And as you do so, press down with your hands, lift your sides longer. Then engage your low ribs to help fill into your back body to help this twist happen. You might start to reach across with your right hand. You might use your left fingertips on the floor beside you. Find the variation that feels the best in your body. And then fill yourself up with breath. Notice the front and the back of your heart space expanding. Inhale, come back into center. And exhale, start this gentle twist over to the right side. So simply drawing left shoulder forward, right shoulder back. Then find length through your sides again. And then as you exhale and draw your low ribs in, start to maybe take a little deeper twist. Maybe reach your hand further across to the outside of your right leg, maybe right fingertips behind you. Take another big inhale and sit just a little bit taller. Exhale, low ribs in to help you twist a little bit more. Fill up the front and the back of your heart space. Inhale, come back into center. And now shoulders lift up and back. Lengthen the back of your neck. And as you turn your head this time over to the left side, tuck your chin down and now roll your right shoulder down your back a few times. Working through any of that stuck or stagnant stuff that tends to happen through shoulders and through the neck. Inhale back up to center and exhale over to the right side with your head. Chin tucks down. And then again, move your left shoulder blade onto your back a few times. Then inhale back up to center. And now hands come in front to clasp, pull forward with your arms and round back through your spine, expanding into that upper back area. Like a cat pose, take a big deep breath. Fill out that space at the back of your heart. Then inhale, sit tall. And again, walk your fingertips forward, coming into a gentle version of this fold. And you can always have something underneath your hands here. Sometimes that feels better on the second side anyway. It's find what that is for you. And then again, notice that tendency for your front to shorten. So inhale and lengthen your front body, expand your heart. Exhale as deeply into this fold as your body needs. Take a deep inhale, grow longer. Exhale, maybe fold just a little further. And then inhale, rise up to your hands if you've lowered onto your forearms or all the way down. And then shift forward, coming onto your hands and knees. And from hands and knees, set yourself up, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And take a moment here to notice that space around your heart. So rotate elbow pits forward and push to expand into your upper back. And then extend your collarbones forward, lengthening your front body. Now tuck your toes under and lift your hips up and back into your downward facing dog pose. And this is one of those poses where we tend to collapse. And so what I want you to notice is your heart space. If you tend to be a little bit more flexible and open through the shoulders, then you might be dropping your shoulders back towards your legs. What I want you to do instead is rotate elbow pits forward and push from lats out through your hands. Stay a little lifted through your shoulders instead. Bend your knees, sway your hips side to side so you can lengthen from hip to armpit. Take a big, full, deep breath. And now inhale, come forward into a plank. And again, as per usual, knees on the ground is always an option, but stay rotated with your elbow pits forward and push. Lengthen your front. Stay toned through your belly. Take another big, deep breath here. And then exhale, downward facing dog. And we're gonna move in and out of our plank and down dog a few times, staying open through the heart space. So keep the rotation of your upper arm bones. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. We have 3 more this way. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, downward dog. And as you move through these next 2, notice that rotation of your upper arm bones. Notice that expansion through the back of your heart and the front of your heart. Then lower knees down, hips back to heels. Take a child's pose. You might reach your arms back alongside you here. You might set your head down. You might take arms up in front. Find the variation here that serves you the best. Take a deep breath. Inhale, rise to hands and knees and set yourself up. Find that rotation of upper arm bones and push. And then tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog pose. Take a deep breath. See if you can feel that wave-like motion of your breath through your body, helping your heart to grow, helping maybe your spine to grow a little bit longer. Inhale, come forward into your plank. Knees, if you would like, stay long through your front and strong. Push through your arms so you're expanding into your upper back. Bend your elbows and lower all the way onto your belly. From this place, press tops of feet down and knees down. Engage your low belly and your low ribs. With hands underneath your shoulders, we're going to move with our breath. Before we do that, shoulders lift up and back. This helps to lengthen hip to armpit from right here. Keep that and inhale, lift up as high as your body is ready for. Exhale, lower all the way back down. Inhale, lift and rise, and exhale to lower. We have about 3 more with your own breath. And as you move, instead of shifting your shoulders down, let your head move down. Inhale, lift your chest, and exhale, lower. And from here, set your head down on your hands if you would like. Bend your knees and sway your legs side to side, finding that windshield wiper motion. Then set your feet down, hands underneath your shoulders, and push through hands and knees to down dog or straight up to downward facing dog. Take a big, deep breath. And remember, allow your heart space to lift and expand as you inhale and exhale. And now walk your way forward, coming into your forward fold at the front of your mat. Take an inhale and lengthen part way. Extend your heart forward. Think of shoulder blades supporting your back body, supporting your heart. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, lengthen part way. Extend your heart, tilt your sitting bones up. And exhale, fold. Now hands to hips. As you push back on your hips, start to lift up and open through your shoulders here and then rise. Allowing yourself to be really open through the heart space as you rise up. Find feet inner hip distance apart and parallel. Lift and spread your toes and then root down with your toes. Turn your palms, expanding and opening through the heart space. Close your eyes and take a deep breath right here. Inhale, stretch up overhead. Clasp your hands overhead, turn your palms up and press up. And then broaden tops of shoulders. And now with this, think of your front ribs as attached to your thumbs and start to lift your front ribs as you lift your thumbs up higher. And now think of your back ribs attached to your pinkies and lift your back ribs as you lift your pinkies up higher. One more time, front ribs lift, thumbs lift. Back ribs lift, pinkies lift. And now exhale, fold over your legs, releasing your hands. Inhale, lengthen part way, heart forward. Exhale and fold. Planting fingertips, step your right foot back into your lunge. And from this place, push down with your feet. You can always have your back knee on the ground here if you would like, but inhale, reach up and rise, coming to your lifted lunge. And as you lift up here, center with your hips. Draw your left hip crease back in space and even think of wrapping your glute down. Back foot, toes pressed down, your thigh bone lifts. And now, pinkies are attached now to your front ribs. Lift up with your front ribs, lift up with your pinkies. Now exhale, low ribs in, and lift up with your thumbs. Next exhale, hands come down to the front of your mat. Again, back knee can be up or down. We're going to take a spinal twist. So set right hand on your block or the floor, left hand to your knee as you start to turn your belly and your heart open to the left. And from this place, think of your heart space expanding. Push your right hand down and lift your ribs. And as that happens, turn more open through your shoulders. Shoulder blades engage. Maybe stretch your top arm to the sky. Take a big breath. Center with your hips, sending your left hip crease back. Push down with your back toes, lifting your upper thigh on your right leg. Exhale, both hands come down to the front of your mat. Now walk your hands to the inside and pivot. You can always bring your blocks with you here to come to a wide stance fold. This is one of my favorite folds to find heart opening in. So as you inhale and lengthen part way, lift through your shoulders, lift your sitting bones, keep a little bend to your knees so you're not locking your knee joints. Exhale as you fold, let your heart move toward the ground, your head moves toward the ground. You might end up with hands or forearms on something here, but then we'll do little tiny pulses to allow our heart space to expand. So inhale, extend your heart forward, tilt sitting bones up. Exhale, fold as deeply as your body needs. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and fold. One more time. Front gets long. Inhale and exhale. And now inhale, extend your heart forward, long spine, pivot, bringing yourself to face the front of your mat again. Step all the way back, downward facing dog pose, and take a deep breath. Rotate elbow pits forward and push from lats out through your hands and tilt your sitting bones up. Full big deep breath. Inhale, come forward into your plank. Again, knees if you want, but stay rotated with your upper arm bones and extend your collarbones forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, curl up and open as high as your body needs, taking a variation of a back bend here that serves you. Exhale, downward facing dog pose. Big deep breath. And walk your way forward, coming into your forward fold. Inhale and lengthen part way. Extend your heart. Exhale, fold over your legs. Plant fingertips at your left foot, stepping back this time into your lunge. Push with your feet and rise up to your lunge, whatever that variation is. Again, your back knee can always be down. Send your right hip crease back in space, settle in, and push your back toes down. You might feel a little more stretch through your psoas on the left side. But now broaden tops of shoulders and lift your front ribs. Tone your low ribs and lift through your pinkies and your back ribs. Take one more big breath here, long through your front and your back. Next, exhale, both hands come down to the floor or your blocks. Setting your left hand on your block or the floor, your choice. Right hand to your knee as you take this twist to the right side. Pause and focus on that alignment through the legs. Draw your right hip crease back. Push your back toes down, letting your hip lift. Now, opening through the heart, push your left hand down, ribs lift, turn your belly, turn your heart, opening through the shoulders, maybe stretch your top arm to the sky. Big deep breath. Exhaling, both hands come down to the front of your mat. Walk hands to the inside and pivot, taking that wide stance fold to face the left side. Pinky toes are parallel. Pinky toe edges are parallel to each other on your feet. Lift and spread your toes. Lifting your arches up, feel the insides of your legs fire up. Send your sitting bones up. Extend your heart forward and then fold. Taking it again as deeply as your body needs. Maybe working that reach behind or holding the outside edges of your legs. Find what feels the best in your body to inhale and extend your heart, tilt your sitting bones up, and exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, extend your heart and pivot, walking hands toward the front of your mat, downward facing dog pose. Take a big deep breath. Then lower knees down, hips come to heels, take a child's pose. And take a few moments to shift and move through your hips. Let your head come to rest and take a deep breath, feeling the expansion on the front and the back of your heart. And now gently inhale to bring yourself upright and come all the way down onto sitting bones. And extend your legs out long. We're going to come to a heart opening variation of our staff pose. So if your hamstrings feel particularly tight, or if you hyperextend your legs when you forward fold, I want you to grab a prop and set it underneath your thighs. So you have a little support for your hamstrings. And if you do hyperextend, then your knees aren't going to lock down. So pull back with your toes and push down with your heels. That enables that lift of your knees. Move your sitting bones. And if you find that your belly doesn't want to tilt forward, your pelvis doesn't want to tilt forward, then maybe put your hips up on something. From this place, start off with fingertips beside you, and you can stay right here because sometimes this is the most supportive way to lift up with your heart. So lengthen your sides from hip to armpit, draw your shoulder blades onto your back. Big opening through your front body. Now draw your low ribs in. Inhale, lift your front. Exhale, engage through your low ribs. Now your choice, gratitude, or take your hands behind to clasp, whichever feels the best in your body, or you can keep your fingertips at the floor. Staying long through your sides, open through your heart space. If you'd like to, close your eyes. Take a big, deep breath. Then gently release hands if you have them clasped. You're going to keep a prop here if that supports your hamstrings. Press fingertips down beside you again. Lift up through your sides. Lift your heart up. Keep your heart lifted. Lead with your collarbones as you hinge and fold toward your feet or toward your legs. You don't necessarily need to reach for your feet or your legs. Find that forward fold place where you can move with your breath. So inhale, extend your front longer. Exhale, maybe fold a little deeper or maybe stay where you are. or even back off a little bit. Find what's right for your body. Full inhale, long, deep exhale. Engage your feet. Toes back towards your nose, push your heels down. That push down of your heels, you might even feel that if you isometrically pull back with them, then you can tilt your pelvis more. So see if you can find that. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and fold. If you're not finding much movement, no judgment there, right? Instead, it's just awareness of where we are right now, right? Take another big breath here. Then inhale, gently bring yourself back upright. Reach your right hand across to your left thigh, maybe down to your left shin, but across to the other side of your left leg. Left fingertips beside you. Again, push down with your heels, pull back with your toes. Inhale, lift your heart up higher. Exhale, twisted fold. Maybe you walk your hand down your leg a little ways. Maybe it comes to your foot. Maybe it doesn't. No right or wrong answer, just where you are today. Inhale, extend through your spine. Your heart grows. Exhale, maybe deepen, maybe rise out of it a little bit. Inhale, rise all the way back up. And exhale, left hand across to the outside of your right knee or thigh or shin, wherever that is for you. Take an inhale, grow taller. Exhale, hinge and take this twisted fold to wherever you need to be. Inhale, lengthen. Maybe exhale, deepen. Maybe come up out of it a little ways. Full big breath. Inhale all the way back up to center. Bend your knees, footprints to the floor. You can set your prop aside. And now come all the way down onto your back. Just make sure that you have access to all your props. And as you come down onto your back, knees draw in and rock a little bit side to side. And give yourself the information of what's happening through your back body, your hips, your shoulders, maybe your neck here. Draw circles with your knees. And then switch the circles. And now set footprints on the ground. And bring elbows to the ground with your fingertips aimed toward the ceiling. And take your elbows just a little ways from your side. They don't need to be out wide to a cactus, but somewhere in between. So as you press your elbows down, you're inching your shoulder blades a little closer together so that you have that support of your shoulder blades for your heart. Now, as you exhale here, draw your low ribs in so that they're pressing into the ground. Keep that and tilt your pelvis so that your sitting bones are moving down. Keep that as you push your feet into the floor, elbows into the floor, and lift your hips. Coming into your bridge pose, hugging in with the muscles of your thighs and reaching out through your knees. Inch your shoulder blades a little closer together to support your heart space. Take a big breath and feel your low ribs engage to expand into your upper back. Inhale, lift your hips up higher. And exhale, lower hips all the way back down. Draw your knees up in toward your chest and rock. And then extend yourself all the way out into your Shavasana, which might mean some propping, maybe something underneath your knees to support your low back. Maybe open palms up toward the ceiling here. Find your favorite version of a rest. And your Shavasana. What does that look like for you today? Begin to take a deeper breath. And gently move through fingers and toes. And as you're ready to pull your knees up into your chest, rock over to the side. And as you come over to the side, take a moment for a full breath. And then push yourself back up to your seat. Hands coming to heart center. As you take your next couple of breaths, feel that lift and opening of your heart. Have a very peaceful, beautiful day. Namaste.